Hello everyone, it's Christian here again. It's Sunday early evening. It's about 6:30. The time change just happened, so it's about 77 degrees or so out here on Pine Island, here at the nursery. And I want to go over the different types of leaflets that are present on palms. Now, some palms have fan type leaves, some palms have feather type leaves. And there's some terminology for that. Sorry about the shaky video. I'm doing this one-handed. I'm gonna get a camera soon, like I've always been saying. But let's go to different types of leaflets, because if you know what the leaflets are called or how they grow, you can start identifying palms more easily by leaflet shapes and types. So we're gonna go over here. This is Dipsis lutescens, better known as the Areca palm. A common palm in the landscape here in Florida. So you see here it has, these are leaflets here on both sides. This is the rachis in the middle. Sorry, I don't have the camera on there. Leaflets here, leaflets here. This is the rachis. The petiole is the part of the branch that is not the rachis, where there are no leaflets. So that part right there, where no leaflets are coming out, that's the petiole. So this is a pinnate palm, meaning the leaflets are just coming out in one plane and they're more of a V shape. And so it's more of like a feathery type leaflet. Now there are variations of pinnate palms. Now right here, a foxtail is a pinnate palm, but it's actually plumose, meaning the leaflets are coming out in more than one direction. And that's what makes that foxtail look. You can see the leaflets are coming in just about every direction, and it gives that kind of fluffy, foxtail look, hence the name. So now when palms are a little bit smaller, we'll go over here to these newly planted coconuts. You're going to get, and this is important when identifying smaller palms. This is kind of I guess someone found this coconut and just planted it, but this leaflet is called bifid, meaning two leaflets that it's split in the middle, where and this is more of a juvenile type leaf. It's rarely found on mature palms, but sometimes you can tell the difference between one palm from another by the fact that one has a bifid leaf and one may have a strap leaf, meaning just one leaf is coming out, one little strap like a piece of grass. So there's also a multi-pinnate. There are some palms are multi-pinnate, and here's one here. You have Caryotomitis, the fishtail palm. And on this leaflet, if you look, you have pinnate leaflets coming out, like a fishtail, like the end there. Then you actually have leaflets coming out on leaflets. So the leaflet itself has its own pinnate structure. So it's bipinnate or multi-pinnate. So this is one of the few palms that does exhibit that type of leaflet. Also, when you see certain palms, like this is a coconut here, most coconuts, when they're leaflets, some varieties will hang perfectly to the crown, and some will droop like that, like they'll curve at 90 degrees towards the ground. Some palms will do that. Some palms will hold their pinnate leaflets properly and won't curve, like this Tychusforma elegans, or known as the solitaire palm. So those are all characteristics of palms that you can help to identify. Some pinnate palms are more leafy. More arched, more leafy. Some are not arched at all. This is a Pinnate here, and obviously the outside of the latter part of the palm frond is not going to have any thorns, but the inside there, if you can see, is very thorny. You don't want to reach your hand to the crown of a pretty much any phoenix, any date palm. So around here there are actually not many, we don't grow many fan palms on this property, but to give you an idea of what a fan palm, we're talking sables, like palmettos, bismarcks, washingtonias. Those are not grown here. There's a couple, I don't know if they're close by or not, but they are there are different. There's basically three types of palm leaves. There's palmate, meaning fan-shaped, pinnate, meaning feather-shaped, and there's costa palmate, which is actually just a variation of the fan shape, but it's folded. So it costa meaning opposed to one another. So it's like a fan folded in the middle, and so therefore it gives kind of like a praying hands look. Some are more what's it called, accentuated than the others. So here we go. It's a little Bismarck. So now this Bismarck here is Bismarcks in general, when they're younger, are just straight palmate, and they will become more costa palmate. If you can see this little wave in the leaflet, the middle of that leaflet will become more and more accentuated, more deeply, dipping down, and that'll become more of a costa palmate leaflet. And a lot of palms do that. Versus I can't find a thatch palm, Thrinax radiata, but they do not have any sort of waviness about them. There's some out here, but they're kind of a little bit of a walk, and I'm not going to make it there. I don't have the golf cart with me. So another species, another genus of palm that is just straight up palmate is Lickawalla. I don't have an example of a Lickawalla, but there's a Lickawalla right there. So if you ever see that on the road, I'm usually behind the wheel. So anyway, let's just walk over here, see if I can find you one. Don't think I'm even gonna find one, unfortunately. So now a lot of these coconuts here, they've already gone pinnate, fully pinnate versus bifid, meaning their leaflets have split into little, they're not an entire leaf anymore. They've split into their feathery frond structure, and they do that. They can be this tall and still have that entire leaf structure. Usually it's in shade. You can tell a plant's been grown in the shade when it has not split its leaflets at a size when it normally would in the sun. That's kind of confusing, but usually shade stretches plants out. It doesn't let them grow fast, so they kind of don't grow out of a juvenile stage as fast as a sun-grown palm. So anyway, that's a little bit of a tutorial on the different types of leaf structures, or leaf structures within palms. I said there's three types: palmate, costa palmate, and pinnate. And you have fronds with different arching. You have multi-pinnate within the pinnate category. And again, that can help you identify some palms that that you may find in your travels. So I hope this video was informative to you, and I hope you had a good weekend. And if you liked the video, give a thumbs up. If you enjoy these videos in general, subscribe, and I will continue posting palm-related stuff and other tropicals in my travels. Have a good evening.